Good afternoon, and welcome to episode 41, a dark episode of the 214 Sports Show. Glad you could join us this afternoon, where this is your home for everything DFW sports. A great time to be a DFW sports fan in the Metroplex. My name is Joseph Duffy. I'm also joined alongside my awesome co host, as always, TJ Krulwitz and Courtney Machani. TJ, I'll start with you. How is it going as a DFW sports fan for you?
It's going great, just like everybody else, man. It's a great time. Dallas, the Stars and Mavs both in the Western Conference Finals. Of course, we've already talked about that. It's a great time, having a great time.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a great time. I mean, can't really complain except, the Cowboys not really, helping us out. Say they kind of cursed us as they pulled up to last game in the
All
Mavs.
right. Hey,
Those Mavs.
Trayvon Diggs was also at Game One for the Oilers game. All right, and
Oh,
we
Lord.
lost in double overtime. All
They're
right, just
Hex.
get them the hell out of the American Airlines Center, please, man.
Honestly, I thought Micah was a Philly fan or a Sixers fan. I didn't even know why he was there.
He
Honestly, I mean,
definitely, he definitely was, but he's got to
I
support. He's got to
support.
support DFW
I
teams.
get it, man. But go ahead, go Philly, bro. Just go to Philly.
Them dudes are a hex, bro. I'm telling you.
There.
They're a curse. But yeah, it's been a lot of bad weather in the DFW area. A lot of unfortunate, tornadoes, severe thunderstorms. 7 people passed away in a tornado a few days ago. Hundreds of people have had injuries. Just a few days ago, we had really bad, severe thunderstorm, at least around Frisco and Plano area, and of course near Denton also. Just been rocking up everything and messing up the weather. It's been a lot of things that just are on the ground because the wind was just gusting so crazy. But how'd it go for y'all?
Broken tree in the backyard. There's got to be like at least like 12 trees on the ground in my neighborhood. At least 12. I was counting, trying to get out of the neighborhood. A lot. It was a lot.
Dang.
It's pretty crazy. I'm looking outside. I'm like, there had to have been a tornado, right? Like just like a little tornado or something. Like this had to have been a tornado. It looks like one. It's crazy. No tornadoes for that part of the storm
Right. Courtney, what about
in
you?
northern Texas.
I was.
Arlington.
It was actually ironic. I was actually, it was Memorial Day. I was just getting off of the Memorial Day grill. Just had put some burgers up. Just chilling, about to watch the Pacers and Celtics game. As soon as I'm finished, I swear, it just starts pouring in 5 seconds, and it just wipes the grill out. Oh my god! It just wiped the grill out. I ran inside for
Holy.
my life. I pulled the grill into our patio first.
Save
Of
the
course,
meat.
you got to protect.
Go ahead, say it.
The meat was already saved, bro. The meat was in the house. The meat was in the house. It's just the grill. The charcoal was wiped. And then we just ate. Our burgers, and then we watched hail pouring onto our cars that were unprotected. There were some dents, but we survived. There was no trees that fell, which is interesting because everyone else I saw on like their stories or whatever, like I see a tree fall, but there's no trees in my neighborhood that fell. So I'll take that one.
I saw a lot around the area. I mean, not in my nearby neighborhood, but it was wild just on the way seeing a lot of trees fall down. On my job, a lot of parts of because I work in the garden and where I work in my everyday job, and the roof was kind of broken up at top. Plants were all over the ground. Had to pick a lot of stuff up.
You have to clean it up.
There was water that was flowing through my house too. It got to the door. Like
Oh
it was like
wow!
flooding through the door. What are you saying, Courtney? Though
I was
Dang,
gonna say you
man.
have to clean it up. You have to clean all that garden
pretty
up.
much. Yeah, water got to the house. I had to clean the stuff up on the job. So
Yeah,
it'd be pretty annoying. But
that's
other than
that's what you
that,
get for being respected at your workplace, man. They're gonna give you the hardest assignments. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, man, you gotta go clean up all of that."
all this happens, and I still get disrespected with all that. No, I'm just joking. It's all good.
Yeah.
But before we get to more sports analysis in the DFW Metroplex, we're gonna do a little quick game of Portal, the classic basketball guessing game where we have to find a way to guess an obscure player. Most of the time, being the obscure player. Sometimes they want to mess around with us and give us somebody like Gordon Hayward, but Sometimes they'll give us a guy who's the 13th man in the rotation who we have never heard of on one of the worst teams in the league. We're just going to start with Miles Turner.
That was a
Yeah, I
nasty.
did, and that was a nasty,
That was one of the worst ones I've
nasty
seen,
pull.
honestly, I'm not
That
gonna
is
lie.
a very bad pull.
I
I don't know what I
honestly, though,
did to deserve this, but that is nasty work.
Oh, boy.
So we're gonna go with a guard in the West that's young,
I
and
was gonna
so
go Jalen
I'm
Hardy.
thinking
just
Jaden
'cause,
Hardy
you know, he
Party.
hooped.
He
He
deserved
hooped.
more playing time. Yeah,
He did, for
6'4", 21, 22 to 23 for the age in the West, not in the Southwestern Conference. So I swear, if it's another Northwestern Conference player, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Over 22.
Please let it be Pacific.
23.
I'm thinking, but this could be. I mean, technically, this could be Anthony Edwards. Is he 6'4"? Wait, he's number
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah,
he's number one.
Yeah.
He's number
I think he's
So
tall. Is he taller than that?
No, he's 6'4".
He's 6'4".
Mhm.
So it's not Anthony Edwards.
Um,
What about someone on the Trailblazers? I mean, somebody young.
So it could be I don't know. Shaden Sharp is 6'4".
Shaden Sharp is actually kind of. I think
Shaden
he's
Sharp.
taller than 6'4", but I try Shaden Sharp. So it is the North.
6'6".
It is.
Of course, it's the Northwest.
It is the
Of course.
Northwest. Of course.
Huh.
Jeez, man, help me out. My goodness, why do
Okay,
we
so
keep
it's not
getting
Portland.
Northwestern Conference or Northwestern Division players? This is so bad. I like Shaden Sharp. Nikhil Alexander Walker's probably older
he's
than
too
that.
old now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's too old. I don't think it could be anyone on Denver unless it's Christian Braun.
Christian
Maybe?
Braun is the only person I can think
Wouldn't
of
be a
on
bad one.
Denver.
He might be 6'7". That's the problem. You can try it though.
6'6", yeah.
6'6".
And he was 0.
And then we can go.
So it has to be Timberwolves, Thunder, Cason Wallace, maybe. He's shorter than 6'4", I feel
Josh
like.
Giddey? What about Josh Giddey?
Right?
Yeah, I would feel like he's probably 19 or 20. Josh Giddey? Josh Giddey is way taller than 6'4", I believe. He's got to be like 6'7",
Oh, yeah, that's
6'8".
true. Yeah, that's true. Josh Giddey is tall.
And then what's the last one? The
Timberwolves.
Jazz. Of course, the freaking
Jazz.
Jazz. Like, I'm not going to know anyone on the Jazz.
Keontae George.
Keontae
he's way
George
taller
would
than
be
6'4".
20, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure he's 6'4"?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of any person.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Do y'all want to go? What do y'all want to go with? This one's tough, man. Of course, man. These Northwestern Conference players.
I just need to know jersey numbers more. That's the issue.
I'm trying to think.
I will
because
never know 30 numbers.
I don't think there's any 13th man guy on the Timberwolves that would be the answer to
Because
this.
we would know him by now. I mean,
I think I would know him by now.
implementation,
Yeah. So
but
I think
we've
it's the
watched-
Thunder. I think it's the Thunder and the Jazz. And for the Jazz, Keontae George, Chris Dunn would be way too old now. Man, I have no clue.
Got no
Obviously,
clue.
Sexton is way too old.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Um,
Cason Wallace real quick just to see if it's
go
the Thunder.
Casey.
6'4", he's 20. Yeah,
Oh my
man, who is this?
Come on, man.
So, this is nasty.
Who
So,
is this?
22 years old.
Who's
Yeah, he's
the
22.
Who's the guy with the really long last name? Fontes something. Did he get traded to the Pistons? I think he did.
Vanta.
Fonsecheco, something like that.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
You think that
This guy.
Oh.
But I think he's on the Pistons now. I don't want to risk it. We only have 3 more guesses left. We're going to show silhouette.
Bro.
I mean, that kind of looks like Anthony Edwards.
It does. Especially, I swear I see an earring
It
somewhere.
does,
Right?
man.
That's definitely Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Could that be braids, or do y'all think that's earrings?
I don't think that's braids. It looks like fuzzy.
Yeah, I think it's
Like
braids. I think it's
maybe.
Could be.
is that
Normally.
okay, it's not OKC though. Oh man, dude, this is come on, bro. Why are they? They think we're like Northwestern like experts, man.
Experts.
Bro, what is? I really might just give up.
I should just use all our guesses and just try to find what team is on at least. We could just guess Keontae George, even though I know it's not Keontae George.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. Just might as well. So it's the Timberwolves.
Well,
Wow.
So it's some guy on the Timberwolves that's not playing.
That's not playing.
It's the
Yeah.
dude who has the pink on in the bench, bro. I can't think of his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
Is
think
it
of
I know
like-
his
what you're
name.
talking about.
Is it like Jalen Noel? Is it that guy? Or I have no clue.
They gotta
I know
stop
exactly
with
what you're
this.
talking about. Yeah, he's had street clothes on this whole time. But I cannot remember his name.
6'4". Like, I mean, 6'4". They have Javon Carter on their team. He's too old. Who's their other guard
They got Conley
that they're
Javon
not
Carter.
playing?
That's not playing.
They're playing. They have another guard that they're not playing.
Oh my God.
I think we give up.
It's over.
It's over. This no name is.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call him a no name.
Yeah.
I think because he has not played a single minute in this Western Conference Finals. I think it's okay. Let's see. I think it's Wendell Moore Jr. and that's probably the person. That's the other guard. If it's not him, my goodness, Wendell. Let's try Wendell Moore. And it wasn't even Wendell Moore, so
It's
it's
over.
it's Deshaun Nix, which makes even
Okay.
less sense.
I might not get that.
No, I don't think it's Deshaun Nix. He's 6'3", but he's 22. They say he's 6'4". Maybe they have just different heights. Yeah. See,
Real y'all? Never heard of
it
him.
was
My bad.
it was.
Oh, I knew it was an earring.
Oh my-
I knew it. Oh,
We're
my
done, man.
God.
We're done.
Oh God,
We're done.
We gotta cut this out.
We're done.
What
we're
do we
done.
We
think?
might have to take a break up and pull up further.
Wait,
Yeah.
why didn't we think it was Anthony?
I think
I was-
My logic was like, when it's not gonna be a big time player, so why would
It's
we?
not going to be a big time player.
we mentioned it. I
don't.
think we just said that he wasn't 6'4" or something.
Did we say he wasn't 6'4"? That's what it was. Oh
I think
no,
that's what it was,
man.
yeah.
That's
We
bad.
have to
That's
replay
bad.
the footage.
The pod. We gotta go into.
I swear I seen the ant hair, man. It was just the aura was through the screen, bro. It was just a silhouette of aura. I had to see it.
Oh my lord.
It's all right. I
Well-
think we got it right. We did get it right. We knew it was
basically-
Anthony
we
Edwards.
knew it was him.
We basically knew. We saw it in the silhouette. Come on.
Well, anyways, speaking of Anthony Edwards, it would be an Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns game last night as the Mavs would drop a pivotal
Okay,
elimination
transition.
game. Segue. Timberwolves staying alive to make it now a 3-1 series heading back to Minnesota. Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns leading Timberwolves to a 105-100 win at the American Airlines Center. Edwards with 29 points, 11 of 25 shooting. Karl Anthony Towns picking it up with 9 of 13 shooting, 4 of 5 from three-point land. At one time, he made his first 4 threes. But the story for the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie and Luka combined 13 of 39. Still only lost by 5. So, interesting thing for the Mavs to, allow the Timberwolves to kind of stay in this series a little bit. But, TJ, is this, time to panic if you're a Mavs fan? Is this even a time to be concerned at all, or are you not worried at all?
Well, you got to remember that Naz Reid didn't even play good either. So, I mean, you got Naz Reid too for the Timberwolves that didn't play good. But no, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And I mean, look, it's basically night and day between. If you remember the Warriors in the Mavs series just a couple years ago in the Western Conference Finals, the Mavs were on the verge of getting swept. They win Game 4, and nobody gave the Mavs a chance. But now all of a sudden, Minnesota's getting all these chances. Everybody's like, hey,
151.
come on, Mavs may win the series all of a sudden. It's like, what, man? The comparison's night and day. It makes no sense. Look, the Mavericks, out of any team in the Western Conference Finals, I would be more confident in the Mavericks to win 4 straight games. Unfortunately, I don't want this to come back to me. I don't want this to haunt me, but I'm just going to read a couple stats off. I mean, other than the last 2 games in the regular season, which we did not play our main players, we rested all of our starting major rotation players. The Mavericks haven't lost 2 straight games since March 5th, or more than 2 games. I believe actually, 2 games. 2 games. Yeah, 2 games. So Jason Kidd, he's 26-6 with our current day lineup. They're expecting Derek Lively to be back in Game 5. I think this series, Minnesota can win a couple games, but I don't think that fans should be worried about the Mavericks. And it's all about perspective. The Stars, if they were to win tonight against the Oilers and go up 3-1, everyone's not going to give Edmonton a chance. They're going to think the Stars have all the momentum. And it's the same with the Mavericks. They're up 3-1. Okay, they're up 3-1. There's a very good chance that they win. It's going to be very hard for Luka to win or lose 4 straight. It's going to be very tough. You should not be worried about this series.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, that's one of the biggest talking points too. Is that don't let them get one. Don't let Minnesota get one win because they're a team of streaks. I heard someone say last night in the group chat, but
yeah, but he doesn't know ball. We know that. Goose does not know ball. I love you, Goose, but you do not know ball.
We're just playing. But Derek Lively being out definitely played a factor, and Daniel Gabbert still had a very good game, but when you kind of have, Dwight Powell getting a few minutes, not a lot, but you had to sacrifice a guy in Derek Lively who was playing some of the best ball from a front court player in the playoffs. And, he'll be back in Game 5, they said, but this was a big loss. What about you, Courtney? Are you panicking at all, or are you fine?
Obviously when your team is up 3-0 and, like we said, they didn't do this for the Pacers in Celtics series. When they're up 3-0, they did not show any graphics about the 0-51 or anything like that, or no team has ever came back. But for the Timberwolves, they're showing it like every 10 seconds. So, it makes you a little nervous because it's just like, what's being planned here? Like, what are the basketball gods saying, I personally don't think that Luka and Kyrie-led team will ever lose 4 straight. Like TJ said, we haven't lost back-to-back games since March 5th unless we rested both our starters. It's just a bad day at the office. People got to realize that the Timberwolves made the Western Conference Finals too. They made the finals because they're a good team. And I expect them to win a game when we had probably one of our best players this whole series. The whole playoffs, really. I say the player of the series and Derek Lively out, who's been dominating their paint. And Kyrie, Kleber is coming back. Obviously, we could all see Kleber's shoulder wasn't, still the same. He was getting hesitant. There's that funny clip of the whole team just calling him over, and it's just obviously he's still getting into game shape. And unfortunately, Kyrie's 14-0 record in closeout games is over. Now he's 14-1, but I'm still not panicking. It's just a bad day at the office, and people also have to realize we haven't won a Game 4 this whole playoffs. We lost Game 4 for the Clippers, and we lost Game 4 versus the Thunder. So it's kind of expected for this to happen. This time it wasn't Game 1, but of course we have to have one of our woes happen eventually. But I think we could close it out in Game 5. I just think that Kyrie said that they are treating it like the Super Bowl. We treat it like another game. He definitely was treating it like another game, and I definitely need Kyrie to don't say so. He needs to please. Please.
We need this.
We need 100% agree.
Please.
No, I agree with that. That was a tough comment. That was a tough comment to make out, and then follow up with that performance. But hey, look, Mavs are kind of exception, but they've been losing at home a lot more often than majority of teams do in the playoffs too. Just like the Stars, just like the Rangers did in their playoff runs. The Mavs, Stars, Rangers all been dominant on the road. We put that on the social medias just a couple days ago, and so it's almost like kind of nice to see that we have 2 of the 3 remaining games of this series, if necessary, are in Minnesota because they're 6-2 on the road. they've been playing really good. They've been able to feed off the away crowds pretty well. And so I'm not really worried about the fact that they're going to have 2 games in Minnesota for the 3 remaining games of the series. If it were to go to 7, because we're 6-2, and they played really well in these close game situations in game 1 and 2 in Minnesota as well. So yeah,
And to make it even more like annoying, it's just like Dallas teams, they don't know how to win the big games at home, which I never understand. I
yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
us celebrate with the crowd and be
But
a
I will say,
Rangers.
Dallas, the Mavs closed out both of the series at home in Game
True,
6.
true. That's
So
true.
I will
I
say
just wish
that.
the Rangers won at home, and that would have been awesome. Stars clinic
Yeah.
against Avs at Colorado. It's all right though. PJ Washington 3 for 13 shooting, 2 for 9 from 3-point land. Not his day either. But before we get out here and move to the Stars, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Hardy. I'm not trying to get carried away
Party
here, but
party, man.
I'm trying
He's
to get
taking.
carried away here.
Let's
For
go.
12 minutes, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3-point land, 13 points, a +2 plus minus. Had himself a rebound too, but no assists. What a game from him. Are you liking what you're seeing from Hardy in this series? Because I look like I'm seeing like some growth a little bit from him, and he hasn't had much playing time obviously during the season, but I feel like I'm seeing him grow before my eyes.
I mean, I love it. I love it. It's tough because I was expecting Hardy to take a big step this year, especially with missing the playoffs last year and seeing how he played so good last year in his rookie season. I was expecting him to make a big jump. And obviously he didn't get the playing time that we all expected him to get from this for the season. But I mean, look, it feels just like his rookie season again. It feels just like his rookie season again. The hype around him. I think he said 32 minutes, 25 points in the series so far, or in the playoffs. And I mean, that's exactly what it was in his rookie season. He was getting he had his scoring efficiency was off the charts, and everyone was like, "Why the hell is he only playing like 5 minutes? Why is he only playing 5 minutes? Get this guy in the game. He's playing so good when we put him in garbage time." And I mean, he's just playing so good. He's been a more efficient Tim Hardaway Jr. No disrespect to Tim Hardaway Jr., but he's been more of an efficient one, and he's shooting the ball well. He's shooting with confidence, and that's good because these first couple games in the series was rough for him. He had, he was trying to get some calls. He wasn't getting those calls that a player like Luka or Anthony Edwards would get. And so it was frustrating for him, but he's been able to bounce back. I love it. I love it. Hardy party, man. Let's keep it going. Game 5. Let's get him some more minutes for Game 5.
For sure. What about you, Courtney?
I just want to mention, you said something about the calls. This has nothing to do with Jay Hardy, but I just want to say, I have to tip my hat to Chris Finch. I mean, we had all 3 of their stars in foul trouble early, and he somehow, some way made them survive until the final, except Cat, obviously. Cat left, but Cat already did his damage by the time he left. And so I got to give a shout out to the coach because I honestly thought that they tried. Luka and Kyrie are definitely attacking the paint more as soon as they started getting foul trouble, but they're just playing smart basketball. And so I definitely thought they could capitalize on that. But time for the only person that actually made an impact on the game, we only had like 3 people in the positive category, plus minus. I think it was Dante Exum, who we only played like 3 minutes. I barely saw him.
Yeah,
Derek
4 minutes.
Jones, who definitely played an impact on the game. We all saw that lob. I mean, that lob. As soon as that lob happened, I swear I thought we were winning the game. And Jalen Hardy definitely did what he needed to do. He had that spark plug. I think he hit 2 back-to-back three or two back-to-back buckets for sure. I remember. I think there were 3s, and I mean, when I saw that and I saw Jalen Hardy cooking, and I was like, oh, it's not PJ Washington this time. Like it's a different role player. I was like, okay, like they can get other people to step up. And I think that's what we really need in this part of the year, especially if we go on to face Celtics. I don't want to look ahead, but they always have people stepping up. They always have some type of person stepping up, and we need that player because that Celtics team, even though Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard don't sound like a deep bench or anything, or they really do have a good rotation. So I think that I don't want to look ahead or anything, and obviously we still got to worry about the Timberwolves. But just for Jalen Hardy to cook, especially with all the questions surrounding him on his stats on the team. I mean, this whole year we were talking about how we want to see him get more minutes or something like that, especially because TSJ was just absolutely just wetting the bed. I think that he's showing in the biggest stage that he could do something in a short sample size, which you've seen already. I just want to see him get more minutes to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I think he definitely deserves more minutes. And also Derrick Jones, what a great game he had. Also 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3-point land. Timberwolves shot 52.7 from the field. Mavs shot 42%. That right there is a big story for the game. And in spite of all of that, the Mavs only lost by 5.
By 5.
So it's wild to me to think that the game was literally right there. All 4 games of the series so far have been very close finishes. Each team needing a clutch performance in the last 2 minutes to win the game. And so I don't think it'll be any different in Game 5. It's going to be rocking in Minnesota on Friday.
Well,
On Thursday. Go ahead, TJ.
yeah. I was just gonna. I think what came down to us losing was again just not getting stops in the last part of the game. I think this comes down to a lot of the strategy of what they had Maxi Kleber doing off pick and rolls. This is what Minnesota's been doing
Yeah.
all series, which hasn't been working for them. And this is also what happened in Game 4 against Los Angeles in the first round when James Harden was just scoring with ease in the paint against us and won them the game that game. It was basically the same thing. Maxi unfortunately has not been able to play the pick and roll that well this playoffs. He's just playing off. He's playing off on Ant. He allowed Ant to just get a lot of pull up jumpers, and he was making all of them. He's just not. He wasn't giving a scared factor that he wasn't scaring Anthony Edwards like Gafford and Lively was. I know Gafford got absolutely posterized by Anthony Edwards, but that doesn't change a thing. He still does not want to go up against Gafford majority of the time, and so I think that's always tough to have Kleber out there. He's a really good rim protector, but players just don't know that, and sometimes it takes away his defense, and they disrespect him. And I don't know, man. I think the defensive strategy needs to be a little bit better,
Yeah.
and probably the rotations late in the game. But I can't be mad. The Mavs have been great in clutch situations this season and also in the playoffs. But that's what I got to say about that.
For sure. Game 5 happening tomorrow. We're recording this actually on the day of, so you're going to get a fresh perspective. And this will be posted, of course, the night that the Stars are also playing. The Dallas Stars have an opportunity to go up 3-1 against the Edmonton Oilers. Still playing Game 4 now in Edmonton, Alberta. Home of, is it Alberta or is it Ontario? Am I getting this wrong?
You're Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta. You got it right.
All right. Edmonton, Alberta. What a game for the Dallas Stars in Game 3, once again, being road warriors. Rupe Hintz returns. Jason Robertson has a hat trick. Is that a coincidence? Who knows?
Nope.
But TJ, I'm going to get your analysis really quick on this Game 3 win and what to look for in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean I know a lot of people are blaming the Oilers for losing Game 3, but I'm gonna give the credit to the freaking team that won the game, the Stars. Look, I mean, that was a great game, great comeback game for Rupe Hintz. I'm telling you, I've always said this. Rupe Hintz, he's had a couple stretches this season where he struggled, but look, even in the playoffs as well. But look, he is one of the most underrated players in the league. He comes back and makes a complete, an extreme impact for the team right away when he comes back. He helps out his teammate Jason Robertson a lot. That's like Jason Robertson and Rupe Hintz, they're a two-headed monster. They need they need each other to play really well. They're both really good players, but putting them together, they just elevate each other's games very well. Hintz was able to get 2 assists off 3 Robertson goals. And he was really the main assist guy for those 2 goals for Jason Robertson to tie the game up to start when we were down 0-2. And yeah, Robertson, who's been struggling, he hadn't scored for I believe 10 games straight, 8 games straight, something like that. I think it was 10 games, 10 games straight. Was able to get 3. Was able to get a hat trick. Very nice game-winning goal. Very nice game-winning goal against Skinner. Was able to get him with a fake shot, and then was able to, kind of get him moving and shoot it off his backside. On the strong side. It was an interesting goal. Very smart goal very patient goal. And the Oilers just don't know how to react with 6v5 so far. They've had two very bad situations with pulling their goalie. So far, they haven't really been given their offense a chance. They've been turning it over right away, and the Stars have just been scoring on the empty net right away for Game 2 and Game 3. But, I mean, look, I saw somebody say that there's no way that Dallas would win 2 games in a row against Edmonton on the road. And, they can do it. They can do it, and they can do it tonight. I thought it was a very, very stupid comment because the Stars took games 3 and 4 in Vegas and Colorado, which were the two most dominant teams at home this season. Was Vegas and Colorado, and we were able to take five. We were able to get 5-1 against them in their stadiums in the 2 series. The Stars have been so good, so responsive on the road. And, even though Jake Ottinger was able to get a win, he did struggle a little bit at the start of this game. It's tough. It's tough. You're going to have to score probably more than 3 goals against Edmonton to win because they are going to score 3 goals probably. Their offense is really good. But Ottinger has just been very good. He's been very he's been very patient with Edmonton, I guess. He's been very, he likes to get up. He likes to get up out of the goalie circle a lot of the times, and sometimes that comes back to haunt him against quick teams like Colorado and Vegas. But this time, I think he's been able to stay back a little bit, and he's been very good against Edmonton. I gotta like it. A very good bounce back. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes and only 1 goal after that in the remaining 50 minutes of the game. So that's what I gotta say about the Stars. I'm very confident about them. I like this team a lot. They look locked in, and yeah, I mean Edmonton. You know that they're going to win probably at least one more game in the series, but the Stars have looked like the better team. And you can't ever forget. Look, there's a Canadian curse, man. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1993. So I mean, look, it's looking good, man. I'm liking the Stars. I hope they win Game 4. That was a bad voice crack. I hope they win Game 4. But if they don't, they still have a lot of series left to win this series. They do look like the better team in my eyes. So yeah, we'll see about that. Eastern Conference Finals for the NHL has been pretty entertaining too, though. I don't know if y'all been watching that. The Carolina Panthers and the Texas Rangers, man, so exciting. But yeah,
I mean, it always amazes me about that Canada streak about not having an actual Canadian team, even though most of the players are all Canadian, but an actual Canadian franchise not winning the Stanley Cup. Kind of weird to hear that hasn't happened since 1993. Which team was that?
It was crazy. It's like the Cowboys, man. It was the Canadians, I believe.
The Montreal Canadiens. Yeah,
it should have been the Canadians.
The Yankees of the NHL, as I like to call them.
Yeah. But they haven't had that much success like the Yankees, though.
Yeah.
Recent years, man. Poor Canadian fans now. They're basically the Cowboys, but more poverty. It's tough.
They had that Mickey run in 2020.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse. Man, how did they make that?
That's wild. Dallas Stars, winners 5-3 in Game 3. Look forward to playing Game 4 tonight at 7:30 in Edmonton against the Oilers, looking to extend to a 3-1 lead. We're going to end the show with a little bit of the Rangers, who have, man, they have been some team this past 2 weeks. The Texas Rangers, winners of now 2 straight. Can you believe that? Building a little bit of a streak, winning the 3rd game against the Minnesota Twins, and then winning last night against the Arizona Diamondbacks, a team they defeated in the World Series to clinch their first World Series title. They won 4-2 last night to advance now to 26-29 on the season. Kirby Yates with the save. Nathan Eovaldi returned, only pitched 3 innings, but Andrew Heaney would come out of the bullpen and earn the win, getting his first win of the season, going to 1-6.
The Heen Dog, man. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad for you, Heen Dog. I've been rooting for you this entire season. Love you, Heen Dog.
Hopefully,
I'm a big fan of him, man.
That shout out. Yeah.
I love lefty pitchers, man.
for sure.
And he's been doing good. He's been doing decent, man. He's been doing decent. The times that I've watched him, he's done better recently. So for sure.
Sadly, the offense hasn't helped him out too many times, like John Gray. But Langford returned also last night after a healthy stint on the IL, so he is back and was hitting 7th in the lineup. But this team, Corey Seager also heating up. By the way, last 7 games. Let me pull this up again. 375 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 7 home runs, and 11 RBIs. Also had a 3-run home run last night to extend it to a 4-2 lead for the Rangers, which would end up being the final score. So Corey Seager finally heating up. Go ahead.
Real quick, do you think that the Rangers should have lost the game last night, since we know the Dallas sports curse, that both teams can't win on the same night? And so since the Rangers won, you think the Mavs lost because of that?
They should have known what to do. They
should have known what to do, man.
Take the fall, Bruce Bochy. Take the fall. But I don't care.
They needed to win more than the Rangers or more than the Mavs did, really.
Really, for team morale, man, this team is just rough, very rough watch sometimes. But the schedule is looking very easy, ahead of us. And I was saying that really 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was going to be easy, and we got swept by the Colorado Rockies. But this team they have a chance to build on something after this loss. They play at 135 today because it's a 2-game series, so they'll move on rather quickly from this Arizona series. But after that, they're going to play against let me see again. I believe it's Miami. Yeah, they're going to host Miami, and then they're going to host Detroit.
And they got Detroit.
And they're going to host San Francisco. San Francisco's heating up recently as well. Just defeated the Phillies last night in San Fran off a walk-off sac fly to left field, and that won them the game. So, honestly, this schedule is not looking too bad coming up. It could be much worse because after that, you're going to have to face the Dodgers, Seattle, and the New York Yankees. And then the Kansas City Royals.
Very tough.
And the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Baltimore Orioles.
Bro.
6 straight tough series.
Bro.
So, boy.
You're forgetting about the Mets. You're forgetting about the Mets. Don't forget about the Mets.
Mighty New York Mets.
Love the Mets, baby. Let's go.
The Mets. This is going to be an interesting stretch.
Hey, but they need to take advantage, man. Wasn't it just like a couple weeks ago that they lost the series to Los Angeles? The Angels, that is. And then also got swept by Colorado, man. They've not played that good. They also just for some reason cannot get a sweep against Oakland. They cannot get a sweep against Oakland. It's like impossible for them. They always have to lose at least one game against Oakland. It's weird.
And what's very sad is in a lot of these games they're leading. Some of them they find the lead and they just can't hold on to it because the bullpen can't hold on in a close game, but also because the offense peaks after the 4th inning. They get runs on the board, and then they just go to sleep. So I'm not sure what's going on with the offense because this was, the strong point of our team. They were the ones carrying us. So hopefully they start to wake up because I think, Corey Seager, who is supposed to be the best player in this team, is finally starting to wake up, and maybe he can.
He's raking, man. My goodness. That dude's homer in every game right now.
You love to see it. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. No Cowboys talk once again. Not much to talk about right now, but we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to
get them out of the American Airlines Center.
Please
get them out, man.
Notice how when the Chiefs were there, we won, and then when the Cowboys were there,
I know that's what I was going to say, man. They saw Mahomes and Kelsey there game through. They're like, we need to stop this overtake, man.
That's really our true
and
team.
Then
should we think about it, man?
I mean, Mahomes, dude, he's a dedicated fan. I can't lie, dude. I like Mahomes for the part that he is a dedicated Dallas sports fan. Other than the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. He definitely grew up a diehard Cowboys fan, though, without a doubt. Definitely. He's definitely a Rangers fan, too, I bet.
But he tweets about the Stars and the Rangers whenever they do, some major stuff. Not obviously as much as the Mavs.
He's a part owner of the Royals now, so he shows up at a lot of games, I think. No, not a part owner. I think he's a part owner of the Kansas City soccer team, but he shows up at Royals.
Yeah. Doesn't he own a pickleball team too?
Ooh,
There's something like that. There's a good amount of athletes that got pickleball teams. Durant has one, yeah.
Yeah, some other team, yeah.
Are y'all pickleball enthusiasts? I'm starting to play. It's kind of fun.
I suck so bad. I try, bro.
No, I love it.
It's
I
fun.
love it, man.
It's
Yeah,
fun,
once
yo.
you get
It's
the
fun, yo.
groove of it, it is fun. I love pickleball. I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun sport.
It is pretty fun. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here on the 41st episode of the 214 Sports Show. You can follow the pod on YouTube and Spotify, where we post the entire podcast episode in full length on at 214 Sports Show. Please follow and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it to grow this platform and spread the news about how great DFW Sports is and why you should also be a DFW Sports fan. You can also follow the platform on Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, and also TikTok at 214 Sports Show, also for the same platform that we have. We'll be posting this right after, so you'll see these same day reactions from us and what to expect from the game tonight and also tomorrow with the Dallas Mavericks. So, TJ, can you give your socials really quick?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it'll be Instagram is tj.krillowitz. And then my X is gonna be tj _Krillowitz. Oops. Yeah, follow me both on those platforms. I use both of them. Pretty active on both, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Courtney?
Let me think. My Instagram is gonna be clivesdalife. It's pretty obvious right there. My X, I've been calling it Twitter for like the past 3 months. My X is gonna be C_Machani. I use it pretty often too, so just go ahead and hit me with the follow.
He uses it quite often, he says. Subscribe to
Just go ahead and find out. Go check and see if I follow it.
And yeah, you can follow me.
Yeah, put those noties on. You'll figure it out.
Sure. You can follow me at Joseph_Duffy99 on Instagram, then also the same on Twitter at Joseph_Duffy99. And still trying to post more on TikTok recently at Joe_Duffy. You can just type in Joseph Duffy as you see in the screen. You'll find my account there. Just trying to before they ban this app because of China. So trying to get my last few takes out there before they let it go. If they do let it go. Just want to try it out for a little bit. So follow those accounts. Again, we'll be posting.
Is it really getting deleted?
I mean, they're saying it could get banned because it's a threat to national security.
Doing for against political. So yeah. We'll see what happens.
24 in November. Let's put a poll out for that. Let's put a poll out for that on Twitter.
Yeah. Who you vote for?
What y'all got? Old versus old. It's gonna be interesting November, but that will do it here for the 2024. Look at me making
That's right.
Getting ready.
Of the DFW Sports Show, the 214 Sports Show, your home for everything DFW Sports. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Please enjoy the full episode and share it around. Like, subscribe, and follow. It'll be posted all over YouTube and Spotify. Have a good rest of your evening.